Hello, maurieos 2018 Land Surveying 1. The week that was May 14, May 20. Hello, welcome. Well, in the background here, I've got a time lapse that I did during the week. Perhaps I might have got the scale a bit too small, but you can see potential surveyors there zipping around in the background and doing all sorts of things. It gives you a bit of an idea of how much toing and froing goes on. So how did the week go? Well, week went pretty well actually in terms of the weather. We got 3 good days out of the whole week, despite I think this day here for the time lapse was the worst of all, and we didn't get hardly a drop of rain on us, and reasonably warmish. The Friday was a little bit cool in the morning, but it did warm up later on. Now, progress. Well, the intention or the brief for the week was to get the radiations from the Travis marks to the from the Travis marks to the posts done. Now, some still had some work on the Travis to do due to little problems that they might have encountered the week before. But I think most have got the Travis sorted now at the end of this week, and some even have got the radiations to the posts all sorted. However, there was one issue that really came to the fore, and that was that the understanding of the backsite and setting up a backsite at every station. So every time you set up a station over a mark, you need to orientate or set the bearing to the backsite and record that information. Very important that you record the information. Face left, face right, bearing, distance and heights. And check that it agrees with previous values and that sort of thing in the case of the distance and the bearing you're set. And then you can measure your radiations. Ideally, you should perhaps measure to a third point as well, just to make sure that you've correctly identified the points, as that can be a problem from time to time. But for this purposes, that's it. So that's good, and that means that each setup should have a new field book page, height of instrument measured, height of targets all set out, and the bearing set. So the very first setup sets the backsite and orientates the total station, and then all measurements go from there. If you bump the total station during the course of a setup, you need to reorientate. So you need to just check that the backsite is still reading, or even do some new readings on the backsite and carry on from there. Make sure, of course, the instrument is level and over the mark. So yes, all in all, a very good week, some great weather. We got 3 full days of weather. It threatened to rain on 1 or 2 days, but we managed to get through no problems. So a very good week, the second week. Most people, I think most people at least are making progress. Some have completed the measurements to the posts and will just have to return to do the topo shots. However, I would hope that people are reducing their work in the interim so that when they come back they can tidy up any little issues and things that they find with regards to heights and things like that. Now on the assignment itself, there is a lot of work to be done. You will need to talk to me to find out how to do some things, because there's a complexity about them, and it's probably best if we sit down as a small group, like the group that you did the survey with, and we resolve the issues around your data. So that is a quite important aspect of this assignment, is that you don't know all of the stuff. You need to get a little bit of help from the tutor in there to get this one over the line. So there's not an expectation that you would know how to do these things, and so that's it's important that you talk and communicate Communication is king. Communication is king. That's the one. So, yeah, another great week, and the look, that time lapse going in the back with my my GoPro that I've bought over the last couple of weeks. So, need to do a bit of work on that just to get it. I think the scale of it, it's the people are miles away, like little dots going backwards and forwards. But anyway, all good. Onwards and upwards. Cheers. See you.